Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we've got a jam-packed show. As you can imagine, I'm going to do a special, 7-minute special on COTI. Now I've spoken about COTI before as well and I think it's going to go up. I've recommended it a couple of times. I bought it myself last week, at the beginning of last week. Again, I've topped up, beginning of last week 116 Satoshi, it's gone up to 125. I think it could double from here, but I've never really spoken to give you an in-depth information on COTI, so I'm going to do that today as well as part of this kind of show. So I'm going to call it a 7-minute special. It might be 4 minutes, it might be 5 minutes, don't know how long it's going to last. Okay, let's look at COTI. What is COTI? COTI, and it says here, this is on the COTI website, in an era everything digital, currencies remain outdated. Currently it's cheaper to pay in cash than to use banks, PayPal, Alipay and the like. COTI is the first enterprise-grade fintech platform that empowers organisations to build their own payment solution and digitise any currency to save time and money. So think kind of PayPal or Alipay. Think about them and think about COTI disrupting that kind of service. It's going to be much cheaper, it's going to be much quicker. This is the kind of hope that we've got for COTI as well. So it's a kind of payment solution that's got on their Trust Chain network. So that's out just now. They've got lots of different partnerships here as well. I'm going to show you that in a second. And we're going to see the products they've got first of all. So we've got COTI Pay. We'll just look at them very, very quickly. So I want this to be under 7 minutes, so I'm not taking up too much time. But I do think it's worth highlighting. I'm going to highlight a project like this hopefully every day. So the products I've got is COTI Pay. COTI Pay can process all payment times, both offline and online, including crypto and stable coins, credit cards, and even a merchant's native coin. It also has built-in financing with interest earned on deposits and business loans. So it's definitely in that DeFi space, which is a sexy space just now. It's going to be sexy for 2020. It's within the DeFi space as well. Got white label payment network. Traditional payment system costs consumers and merchants billions of dollars every year. Imagine a global payment network of users and merchants transacting freely with their own payment method, digital wallet, coin, and more. So this one means if I wanted to set it up, I could have my own CYT label. It doesn't have to be the COTI kind of label or the COTI brand. I could set up a CYT-Crypto brand and have my own payment network that way as well, which for me, I'm not really interested in that, but for bigger organisations, it could be a great way to get in there. Stablecoins as well. COTI is the world's first platform optimised for creating price stablecoins. By issuing your own branded stablecoin, you will regain full control over your money and data. We've got loyalty networks, remittance technology as well. This is the team at COTI. Shahab Bargeffen is the CEO, serial entrepreneur. I've seen him on a couple of videos, looks really good. Dr. Nir Haruni is in, David Asaraf as well. We've also got a couple of others that are not actually listed here. They should be on as well. Investors and advisors, they've got Black Edge, they've got Black Crofters, Lancaster Group, Base 16, Harjaka, Recruit and Wave is EY as well as investors and advisors. Okay, I'm going through this very quickly for a reason because there's so much to kind of cover here. This is the wallet I've got here. I don't know if I'm not going to show you that obviously. And I'm just going to connect to the mainnet. Connect. Invalid. See, no, it's not. I've not copied it, so I'm not going to show you that. But they've got their own wallet as well for that. So I wanted to show you that, but I just took too long in kind of keeping it open, and I don't want to kind of show you the kind of seed or anything. In fact, I've closed it down. So they've got their own wallet as well. You can check out that as well and sign up for that as well. And this is kind of everything they kind of had done in 2019. They've actually achieved a lot in the space of 1 year this year, and this is on the COTI Medium kind of blog. And I want to highlight a couple of things. The COTI partnerships. This is what makes it interesting, really interesting for me as well. So they've got partnerships: Cardano, Phantom, Simplex, Chainlink, Constellation, Recruit. Chainlink we know is huge. Constellation we know is going to be huge. Simplex is huge. Just now you'll know if you bought crypto, if you bought Bitcoin or anything crypto from Binance or any of the like, you probably used Simplex for it as well. Cardano, they've got ADA Pay as well, and they're partnered with Cardano for that, which is a big kind of partnerships. So the collaboration with Cardano Foundation over the past months has been successful in developing a pay with ADA gateway for merchants. It aims at simplifying payment processing as part of COTI's crypto gateway solution. Cardano Foundation will leverage COTI's Universal Payment Solution, UPS, to power the ADA payment gateway offering, as well as further extend the utility case for the token. We've got COTI and Chainlink there, which is huge. COTI and Phantom, which is another big one as well. And COTI is a DAG related trust chain as well, which is in that space as well, which is really more secure as well. And so we like that about it. We've got COTI and Simplex, as I said, COTI and Constellation. And together with Constellation, Orbs, OneChain, BXB Capital, and MidoPlay, COTI announced the formation of a Scalable Protocol Alliance, SPA, a consortium of leading companies that are building next-generation DLTs for business intelligence and real-world solutions. So there's a lot of partnerships there, a lot of big partnerships there as well. And it's not reflected in the price yet. This is why I'm excited about it, and I'm going to give you the details on that as well. It's not yet reflected in the price. So this is what's coming up for 2020, just very, very quickly. Nodes and staking, this is the thing I'm excited about as well. Nodes and staking will scale up to support the growth in our processing volume, allowing great rewards to all those involved directly or through a delegate. So through a delegate, you can get a community node as well, and you can get people to kind of sign up to your node. I'm not big enough for them to give me one. I don't think I'm big enough anyway for them to give me one. But what you get is a community node, and you can get people signing up to stake with you by the community node, and you get part of that. I think it's 0.1% or something like that. And you'll get part of anybody that stakes with your community node. So they've got nodes coming up as well for staking. I think you can get your own node as well if you've got 250,000. I'm aiming to get 250,000, but they're kind of changing the way that works. So that the staking point of view, or the staking part of it, looks really exciting for me as well. COTI's multi-DAG, the first ever DAG that lets you issue tokens on top of the base protocol, like ERC on Ethereum, will soon be released. This is really quite innovative as well, and I'm looking forward to when this comes out. With monthly transactions grossing over 5 million, as you can see in our Block Explorer, and the credit card processing will be live soon to grow the volume of processing a lot. They will also announce a DeFi partnership with a crypto lending bank. They've done that already. I'm going to show you that after. Future releases of COTI Payment Gateway will also include support for credit cards, ETH, USDT, USDC. They're working on the tokenomics revision. I'm going to show you the tokenomics very quickly, but they're working on the revision for that. The Block Explorer will be improved to include more features. COTI Pay app for consumers will be released, and COTI Pay Business will be added as well, which I can use for my business as well. And exciting new partnerships and liquidity venues are to be expected, which means we could see it on more exchanges just now. This is on Medium as well. So this is the kind of news we've got. And where were we? Yeah, I'm going to look at this. This is the news. So COTI now provides Binance Chain token payment gateway for merchants, and they've been kind of reviewed by BlockFi, and that's I was going to put that up here, but I don't think it's fair. But BlockFi, I'll put a link down below for it as well. They've got a brilliant report on it. Cointelegraph and saying Pay with ADA, we've got that as well. Finance magnates, Cardano ties with COTI to build an ADA payment gateway. What else have we got in the news recently? Forbes had kind of highlighted it as well. Yahoo Finance highlighted it. There's something I was looking at here. They've got, this is it, the COTI annual staking rewards as well. You can get up to 25% for staking guaranteed for the first year. So I'm going to be looking more into that. And I've got a staking guide as well. Celsius Network formed a DeFi partnership. So that was the news that came out on January the 10th. So that was the one we were talking about previously. We were looking at there as well. The first community node by Wolf Crypto is now live. So Wolf Crypto is a YouTuber as well, and he's got a community node, and you can sign up to stake with him. So you don't need like the 250,000 COTI tokens to stake, or the 100,000 or the 50,000. You can stake with a community node as well. You see that once you're signing up for the wallet, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about there. as well. So that's the kind of news at the moment. Other quick things to look at. And this is the tokenomics. The tokenomics of it, when I first looked at it, I thought, nah, I don't like that. They've only got 10% in circulating supply just now, but there's a reason for that just now. So 30% in token sale just now is used. So as I said, they've only got about 10%. They've got 2 billion. There's ever going to be kind of launch of COTI, so 2 billion COTI, and they've got about 200 million in circulation just now. Now they're going to be releasing them in tranches of 6, 12 or 24 months, or 50% of tokens sold in the private sale, and it's going to be released every 6 months at about 12% or something like that. They've got incentive liquidity reserve as well, about 45%, and that's going to be for kind of business purposes and kind of for advertising and stuff like that as well. So 45% will be held back. 10% are going to be for advisors, 15% for the team as well. So 25% between advisors and team, and that's going to be tranched as well. I think 48 months for the team, which is a long kind of tie-in period as well, which is quite good. I think it's 48 months. Yeah, the team will be allocated tokens as compensation for early involvement and to incentivize 48 months in gradual release. And 10% advisors, 6, 12 or 24 months required as well. So that's the tokenomics, but they're going to be updating that as well and looking at that. They've got COTI Pay as well. This is kind of the products they've got as well. Looking at COTI Pay, you can see all this as well. And this is very slow. We'll just leave that just now. They've got loads of stuff going on there as well. Crypto Briefing looked at their review, and this is back in 2018. They've updated it since then. Where is it? COTI code review conclusion. Not decentralized. This isn't the next Bitcoin, but it's very cool distributed payment solution. We know they have quite a few merchants on board already, and they're expanding. This is using a stablecoin through a not quoted dime. Full nodes are low spec and can be easily run by someone for the rewards. Although ideally you'd be a merchant, since you get more benefit by being the originating source of transactions. So that was a review code. This is back in 2018. I just wanted to show you that the other kind of big companies like Crypto Briefing have been kind of looking at the code as well and deemed it to be quite good. BlockFire, I'm just going to show you. They gave it a score of 55 out of 63, which is very high for BlockFire. So I'll put a link to that as well. And before I go on to look at, just looking at Crypto Potato, kind of done an evaluation as well for it in December the 15th, 2019. I've not written my own report for this yet, but I do plan to. I think this could be really quite big. Okay, let's look at CoinMarketCap. Just reload this just now. It's currently sitting at 122 Satoshi just now, and we'll look at the chart and look at where it could go in the future as well. 123, it's gone up 4.98%. We've got a market cap of 2.3 million. Now, when it first came out, it did come out at 6 cents when it came out of ICO, but like all other ICOs, it's gone down as well. So it did get up to 10 cents, but it got up to 1,066 Satoshi. So round about, what, 9x? Say 8x from here. So that's the highest price it's been since it came out, and that was July 2nd, 2019. And the highest has been in market cap, which is really dependent on kind of last price, and the kind of Bitcoin price as well was 4.78 million as well. It's kind of gone down. We started speaking about it and looking at it back at the end of last year, October, November, when it was low, and I kind of bought in there as well, but bought more last week as well because it was still low, and it's gone up since to 123 Satoshi just now. So that's and can supply. You can see the volume here as well, 788,000. So it's got good liquidity, and you've got a good number of investors looking at this as well. It's got a good following on Twitter as well. And first, I think it's was it the Moonwalker? I'm just going to see. He's big on COTI as well, and I can't remember if it was him that first got me into it. I think it might have been. So I have to give credit where credit's due as well. As I said, this is really slow just now. Bear with me a second. I should have gone with Chrome because I knew Brave browser is slow at the moment. I just don't want to interrupt the momentum that we've got here. So TH, Moonwalker. If you've not seen Moonwalker, definitely check him out. Well worth it. Yeah, this is a private account, sharing opinions, there's no financial blah blah blah. So he's got Vet, MWatch, Soul, COTI and DAG, all the ones I like as well. Every single one of them actually, I was going to say it except from, but every single one of them I do really like for the future. And he's got COTI up, and he's got these kind of moon rankings. He's got COTI up at the bottom, solid silver just now. I would imagine that'll be getting upgraded as well to gold on the next kind of tranche as well. But I think it was the Moonwalker that kind of got me into COTI, or looking at COTI, not got me into it, but first started looking at it. He's big on that as well. Okay, let's look at the charts for COTI. Okay, up to 123 just now. So we're going to go long term first and see where we are as well with it. So we'll go macro level first. You can see here we've got a low, it was 71, that's this all-time low, and that's wicked, that's a wick low. So kind of this is a weekly, we've kind of got a stable here around about 86 is the low, and that's a good base for it as well. That's a solid kind of foundation for COTI at the moment. So we've got a lot of support there around about there, more so on the daily. You'll see that when I switch over to the daily. And we're sitting at 123 just now. So coming off this all-time low, which is something I really love as well. It's really coming off this all-time low in Satoshi value. And this is going back to June 2019. We have had a high of around about, say, 1200. So we're talking about a 10x from here just to get to its all-time high. And a lot has changed since June when it first came out. So this is why, and this is what I like. I like a project that's coming off this all-time low. Nobody's really talking about it, and this is a time to look at it. And they've got big partnerships and a lot of big things coming up. Okay, so this is the support level, around about 85. And the next resistance level that we need to break through is 158. Once we break through that, we're probably going to go up to 217. That's the next resistance. You can quite clearly see that would be the next resistance. We had support around about there earlier on, so that now becomes resistance at 217. I think over the coming weeks, I think it's going to kind of smash through the 158 and probably go through the 217. Get a bit of support, kind of go along a wee bit, and then we're up to the 290 level. That's going to be the next resistance area. It has been previous resistance around about here in August. And then the exciting part is once we break through that 290 level, we've got a kind of no man's land here. We've got no man's land here, and we're shooting on up to 543. So to get to 100%, we're only talking 260, and we're talking in this area here. So we're talking around about this area here to just go up 100%. And that would only put it at 4 million, 5 million market capitalization as well. So I think COTI over the next few, I'm not saying few weeks, I'd probably say, when I'm saying weeks, I'm talking weeks and months. So the next few months, I think COTI is going to go up by 100%. Just looking at everything they're doing just now, looking at the vision, looking at the partnerships, looking at the news coming out, I think COTI is a really good kind of prospect for 100% rise, and I think it's a crypto gem that we shouldn't ignore as well. And it's not like it's just an idea just now. They're actually bringing in money, they're actually getting users just now, they're onboarding users, and just everything about it just now smacks of a big rise coming. I think it's wise to invest in this one, not just to trade in it, but you can trade as well. It's looking good from a trading point of view as well. It's kind of dancing with the 50 EMA. 7 EMA is probably about to cross over the 50 EMA again. On a 4 hourly, I would imagine that's kind of crossed over. Yeah, it's just crossing over just now on the 4 hourly. So from a short term point of view as well, it looks quite good. The volume is up as well. And yeah, I think it's looking really good for COTI at the moment. So it'd be good to get your thoughts as well on COTI, what you think of COTI if you've looked at it before. So that's a very quick overview. As I said, I was trying to do it within 7 minutes. I don't think I've achieved that. but there's so much going on at COTI as well that I want to share with you. So don't buy COTI on the strength of what I've kind of shown you here today. Do your own research, because this is not in-depth research that I've kind of done for you today. It's just a quick overview. It's just looking at the surface and why it looks good to me. And that's what I'll be doing with the other projects as well, because when I go in to do the research, I kind of tend to dig way too deep and kind of make phone calls, and it's kind of crazy. Anyway, I'll just be doing a surface one. Thank you very much again. I will see you same time, same place tomorrow. Last one out, please hit that like button if you like these videos. And until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.